Today is Tuesday, Parashat Terumah. It's also Rosh Chodesh Adar Aleph. This year there are 2 months of Adar, and today is Rosh Chodesh Adar. Actually, there are 2 days of Rosh Chodesh for this month. The first day being the 30th day of Shvat, and the second day being the 1st of Adar. And both days are called Rosh Chodesh, the beginning of the month of Adar. And the month of Adar is known as the month of Simcha. Mishenichnas Adar Marabim Besimcha. From the time that Adar begins, we add more joy, more happiness, and that's a great thing to do during these actually 2 months this year, the first month of Adar and the second month of Adar. And we continue today in the parasha of this week to learn about the construction and the vessels of the Mishkan. The parasha tells us about the donations that were to be given for the construction of the Mishkan and its vessels. Yesterday we spoke about the Aron, which is the ark where the tablets were kept. Today we'll speak about the Shulchan. The Shulchan was a table that was in the Mishkan, that was covered with gold, and on that table there were 12 shelves. On the shelves were 12 loaves of bread. They're called the showbread, and that bread was shared amongst the incoming shift of the Kohanim coming in and the outgoing shift. So on Shabbat, every Shabbat there was a new group of Kohanim that came. There were 24 shifts of Kohanim, and the incoming shift and the outgoing shift on that Shabbat would share a piece of that bread, a showbread. It was a bread that even a small piece of it, a small morsel of that bread would satisfy the person, and the miracle was that it stayed fresh and hot, just as if he was put in just that moment, even though it was there on that table for a week. But the construction of the table of the Shulchan is indicated by the pasuk that says, "V'asita Shulchan atzeh shitim, ammatayim orko." It was 2 cubits in length, ve'amar ruchbo, and 1 cubit in width, ve'amah v'chetzi komato, and 1 cubit and a half in height. So the cubit is, of course, the measure from the elbow to the fist of the person. That length is called a cubit. And if yesterday the Aron was given in half cubits, amatayim v'chetzi, ve'amah v'chetzi, all in halves, because we said in spirituality a person has to always feel that he's incomplete, that he's always more to learn, always more to gain spiritually. When we come to the Shulchan, which is symbolic of the material, symbolic of the wealth of the person, symbolic of the assets and what the person owns materially, there we have amatayim orko, 2 complete cubits in length, and 1 complete cubit in width. A person has to feel that he's complete, that he's satisfied. Ezeu ashir, who's the person who's really wealthy, the true wealthy, is a sameach bekelko, is a person who's happy, who's satisfied with his lot, with his portion. So that's how the cubits are given on the Shulchan, to be satisfied. Yet, the cubit, the height is given in 1.5 cubits, because it's okay to be ambitious, it's okay to want to achieve more, and it's okay to want to achieve more materially. While you are satisfied with what Hashem granted you, it's all right to have ambition, but not for its own sake, not to accumulate more and more for its own sake, but rather all of it should be used to serve Hashem. So if I want to be able to have more materially, just so that I could use more of the material that I will own to serve Hashem, to do more mitzvot, to be able to do mitzvot berevach velo betzimtzum, to do mitzvot in a way that is abundant and in a way that is not to be restricted because of the wealth that a person will have, will be able to do more mitzvot, to do more chasadim. So it's okay to want to have more, but at the same time, to whatever Hashem grants you, you should feel that you have complete measures, just like the table in the Mishkan was given the measurements in complete measures in length and width, and height was in a half measure, a cubit and a half. Seek, have ambition to have more, but always to be directed only to serve Hashem, but not to be self-serving. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.